We live in a constant stream of social influence. Most of it is visible and easily labeled, like a billboard trying to sell you a specific car or a politician asking for your vote. But there is a quieter, less obvious form of influence that operates by hiding its presence entirely. Healthy persuasion relies on the truth. It requires your active, free will participation to be effective. For someone to persuade you, they have to present a case that you are allowed to weigh, judge, and ultimately reject. Psychological manipulation inverts that relationship. Instead of seeking your consent, it operates covertly to bypass your judgment. The goal isn't to reach a mutual agreement, but to create a silent, powerful dependency. When these attacks occur, they don't feel like a confrontation. Instead, they manifest as a sudden internal sense of disorientation, a heavy brain fog where you begin to doubt your own memory and perception of the room you're standing in. To maintain your cognitive autonomy, the first step is shifting the focus away from your own perceived confusion. The internal feeling of going crazy is often the most reliable evidence that a specific set of reality-distorting tactics is being used against you. Consider the systematic denial of reality known as gaslighting. This isn't a simple disagreement over facts. It is an aggressive attempt to overwrite a person's history. When you clearly remember an event, but another person repeatedly insists it never happened or fabricates entirely new details, it creates intense psychological friction. Your brain is forced to navigate a direct collision between your lived experience and their fictional narrative. This persistent attack on the past has a specific destination. By making your own memory feel unreliable, the abuser forces you to outsource your perception of reality to them. This distortion often extends into the present through cognitive dissonance bombing. This involves a high-frequency barrage of contradictory messages that change by the hour. A partner might rave about your independence at breakfast, then hours later attack you for being too clingy when you make a decision on your own. This creates a logic trap where no correct choice exists. Because the rules are constantly shifting and contradictory, your brain cannot find a stable path forward. This visualizes the biological fallout. As the brain's conflict monitor, the anterior cingulate cortex, fails to resolve the paradox, it triggers an emergency response, flooding the body with cortisol. This region is responsible for error detection and monitoring conflicting information. Your nervous system cannot sustain this permanent alert. To survive the overload, your brain initiates a freeze response. It's a literal biological system override. This clarifies a vital point. The resulting brain fog is not a sign of mental weakness. It is a forced physiological reaction to an unresolvable logic trap. When logic is paralyzed, a manipulator often pivots to weaponizing your conscience. They use your natural empathy as a lever to avoid any personal accountability. This manifests in a pattern known as DARVO: deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. It is a sequence designed to redirect the flow of blame away from the person who caused the harm. It creates a surreal result. You might start a conversation to address a genuine hurt, but by the end, the pattern has shifted so aggressively that you find yourself apologizing to the person who harmed you. When your memory, your logic, and your morality are all under constant contradictory pressure, the result is self-alienation. You lose the ability to trust your own intuition, effectively losing your sense of self. Many people try to think their way out of this trap. They believe that if they just apply more logic or explain themselves more clearly, the contradictions will finally make sense. But there is no hidden logic to discover. In these dynamics, the confusion isn't a side effect of a bad argument. The confusion is the point. It is the primary tool used to keep you controllable. Reclaiming your reality requires building external anchors. The first is a private, written record of events. By documenting facts in real time, you create a physical reference that cannot be overwritten by someone else's narrative. The second is breaking the isolation. Sharing these events with an objective third party, a trusted friend or a professional, provides the reality check that a manipulator's closed system cannot survive. A healthy relationship is defined by how much it increases your connection to your own mind. Manipulation does the opposite. Healing is a slow process, But naming the tactics used to distort your world is the first step toward standing on solid ground again.